Every single monsoon season, as the rain really starts pouring down and the rivers swell up, there is this one acronym that absolutely dominates the news in India: TMC. We hear it on the TV broadcasts all the time, we read it in the newspapers, but how many of us actually stop to think about what it literally means? Well, today we're going to unpack this whole mystery behind TMC and try to wrap our heads around the sheer, mind-bending scale of how we measure our water. Okay, let's dive right into this, because do you actually know exactly how much water is packed inside just one single unit of 1 TMC? It's one of those terms thrown around so casually by meteorologists and news anchors, right? They'll be like, oh, the dam's water level has risen by 5 TMC, and we all just kind of nod along assuming it basically means a whole lot of water. But honestly, our brains usually completely fail to grasp the actual physical reality of that volume. But we are about to change that right now.
So, let's break down those three letters directly into their raw numerical meaning. TMC actually stands for 1,000 million cubic feet. In simpler math terms, that is exactly 1 billion cubic feet. Or, as it is perfectly described in Marathi, ek abja khana foot. That right there is our concrete starting point. You see, TMC isn't just some arbitrary grade or abstract concept. It is a very specific three-dimensional measurement of physical space that is filled entirely with water.
I mean, just take a second and really think about the sheer volume of zeros we are dealing with here. 1 billion. That's a 1 followed by 9 zeros. 1 billion cubic feet. When you stack up that many zeros, you suddenly realize we aren't talking about, say, a large community swimming pool or even a small local lake. We are talking about a massive geographical scale of water. But even then, cubic feet can still feel kind of abstract to our brains, right? It's honestly incredibly hard to visualize a billion cubic feet in our daily practical lives. Now, what's really interesting about this is how we translate that abstract cubic measurement into something we actually interact with every single day. Think about a standard 1-liter water bottle sitting in your fridge. You got it? Okay. Now picture 28,317,000,000 of those exact same bottles. That staggering, astronomical amount of water is what makes up just one single TMC. It's almost 28.317 billion liters. It is literally a volume so vast it pretty much defies human imagination. So, the crucial point is, where exactly do we even need to use a metric this colossal? Well, in India, this measurement is used especially, or visheshataha, for calculating the water storage in our dams. And that distinction is absolutely key. The word visheshataha really matters here, because while you could technically measure any large natural body of water this way, TMC is the absolute gold standard for our dams. Why? Because only heavily engineered megastructures are actually capable of holding back, regulating, and storing these mind-boggling billions of liters of water for a whole nation's use. And this brilliantly illustrates the ultimate takeaway of our whole explainer today. On one hand, you have this tiny, simple 3-letter acronym, 1 TMC. But on the other hand, you have the staggering, heavy reality of it, 28.317 billion liters. The two are exactly the same thing, so the next time you see 1 TMC scrolling across a news ticker, your brain shouldn't just read 3 letters anymore. It should instantly visualize over 28 billion liters of life-sustaining water. Which leads us to a final thought for you to sit with. Now that you know exactly what a single TMC represents in billions of liters, can you even begin to imagine the immense physical pressure and the structural scale of India's dams, holding tens or even hundreds of TMCs of water at any given time? I mean, the engineering required for that is just miraculous. So the next time it rains heavily and you hear the local news reporting on the rising levels of a nearby dam, I really hope you look at your environment just a little bit differently. You aren't just hearing a dry statistic anymore, you are literally bearing witness to the massive billion-liter heartbeat of your region's water supply. Keep visualizing the amazing world around you, and we'll see you in the next explainer.